And we're recording. Hello, everyone.
Hello.
Hello.
Rare roll. Oh, fuck.
So we're doing a very different kind of video.
Very different.
I have no idea what I'm going to call this, but I have been thinking those guys read Reddit. It just rolls off nicely, even though probably even though most of the those guys from the those guys server just aren't in this. But
yeah, it's just like maybe like us three or us four. Louie's like doing this
yeah, though, that's all that matters.
Wait, what? Wait, what did you say?
What did you say, Louis?
Roland's here, that's all that matters.
Man, oh, my bad. I gotta go. There's milk. I gotta go with milk. Bye.
Not the milk.
Yeah.
So shall we introduce ourselves?
Okay. I'm Angelo, the Purple Tram Man from the Purple Tram Man. That's what I was trying to say. I'm not an actual tram.
Nah. Oh, you just shattered a bunch of kids' dreams. I'm sorry, Angelo. You just shattered a bunch of kids' dreams.
I'm sorry, Make-A-Wish kids. I am not a tram engine, nor can I turn myself into a tram engine.
What the fuck? Who's next?
Maybe you, Roland. Maybe
okay.
Louis.
Well, my name is Roland. Fucking full name, bitch. You cut that out. Like, bleep that.
Why would you even?
I own the channel Chemical Meltdown, and I am very, very homophobic.
He actually owns. He also owns the Steam Engines Live YouTube channel and the Broken Television channel as well. Go subscribe.
Cut that fucking shit out of me saying homophobic.
Roland, you told me to add your last name onto Wikipedia.
Oh, well, they don't know my middle name, so hush that shit. Hush, 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 hush.
It's been in the public eye for a while now.
Yeah, I know, but they don't know my fucking middle name. Hush that shit out.
My entire name, I've said my entire name like at least 50 times in 50 consecutive videos or more. I don't know why I
remember
did it.
I think your full name was fucking put in the Audrey thing. I can't remember.
Oh yeah, it was. It was.
That's probably fucking information.
Anyway, Louis, you.
Hello, I'm Louis. I have a channel called Duncan Gaming, and no, little 3-year-old Timmy watching at home, I'm not the real Duncan. Sorry to break your dreams.
Wow, we're breaking little kids' dreams today.
I love that.
We don't know his name, by the way. His real name.
Yes, I'm anonymous. I'm anonymous.
For all we know, he could be a 45-year-old man.
RNJ. That's all we know.
For all we know, he could be a 45-year-old man.
I doubt it.
No, we've seen his face on accident. He does not look like a fucking...
It's always been on accidents that I accidentally share my... I know there's some stuff out. I think there's like a Louis stream out there, and I got into a massive panic, and you, Roland, just said no one's going to go looking for that.
Well, I'm going to go looking for that shit now.
But now that's of course up. Now people are going to be scouring Louis' channel, watching almost the two.
Weren't you showing a mug when that happened?
I can't remember, but I think it was just I accidentally misclicked the camera button trying to hit the mute button.
The panic set in auto-fucking-matically.
Okay, we're going off the rails here. Let's go back on the rails. Well, our goal is to read Reddit stories.
Yeah.
And give our opinions, I guess, but who gives a fuck about those?
We've never done this recording before, so who's going to be reading them?
Should we read our own?
I was thinking like each of us read our own like stories.
Yeah, that's what we were discussing before you joined. Yeah.
So who goes first?
May I go first?
I mean, I guess we just do it in the order from left to right. I got these stories here, so that's Louis, Angelo, Roland, and me.
All right.
Okay.
Oh, I should probably. Hold on. I should probably.
When do I start?
Give him a second.
When do I start?
Hold on. How do I? How do I move this more to the side? Never mind. Doesn't really matter. You can start. You can start now, Louis. Oh, all right. I do not.
I misread Butters as the fucking character Butters from South Park. I'm like, what the fuck?
Hey, no, stop. Am I the asshole for not removing butter from the breakfast I make for my whole family? Okay. I'm a 16-year-old girl. I live with my parents and my 2 older brothers. A couple months ago, I decided I needed to gain some weight. I am technically underweight, and honestly, I didn't really like the way I looked or felt. I found a bunch of ways to add more calories into my diet, and one of those was actually eating breakfast. Breakfast. In the past, I rarely ate.
Oh, breakfast for me.
Breakfast, that was a whole meal. So I started cooking myself breakfast every day. Not only is it delicious and helps me gain weight, but I also enjoy relaxing in the morning by cooking something. I make a lot of different things, but to give you an idea, the past week, I've made waffles, breakfast burritos, egg sandwiches, and oatmeal.
It's
When I
good that
first started cooking,
it's good that she's found something she enjoys, though. It's good that she enjoys relaxation. Not relaxing.
When I first started cooking breakfast, my parents and brothers, who work from home at the moment, asked me if I could make some breakfast for them too. I said sure, because I was already cooking, so it didn't bother me. Since then, I've been making 5 portions of breakfast every morning, and everyone has been enjoying it. And I've gained 5 pounds. Oh. Not only my parents and my oldest brother some sort of health kick. They decided they wanted to eat healthier and cut down on how much fat and sugar they were eating. That's not really what I need personally, but whatever. I don't care what they eat. They decided to swap out sugar with what does that say?
Probably stevia, but the fact that they capitalized it sounds like stevia.
I don't even know what that is.
Stevia.
No, why are you eating stevia? She just came round to deliver the mail.
Pirate stevia! Ew! Stevia! That's probably what that is.
Why is it capitalized?
Why is it capitalized?
Healthy yogurt with no sugar and swap out the butter with margarine. They also decided that they wouldn't cook with fat anymore. They would just use pan.
Why is Pam capitalized? That's even worse because it's an actual name.
Oh yes, Pam.
My oldest brother and I do not follow any of these things. Personally, I think I'm healthy enough, and the amount of sugar and butter I eat isn't going to kill me. So I still put sugar and butter into the breakfast and cook it with butter or oil too. Yesterday we were all eating breakfast, and my dad asked me what was in waffles. So I told him flour, butter, sugar, etc. He seemed surprised when I asked him why I didn't just use the fever and margarine. I told him because I didn't really like them and I'm trying to gain weight. Using low-calorie alternatives doesn't seem like the best idea. Then my dad asked if I could just push the pan when I cook, reduce calories a little. I told him absolutely not. Since then, my mother and other brother have tried to convince me. I've told them no several times, and now they're angry I won't compromise. I told them that if they wanted to use their low-calorie stuff, they could cook themselves. They think that I'm being inconsiderate of their health and that I'm just being rude. My dad went even so far as to threaten to stop buying me sugar and butter if I wouldn't be more considerate of them.
I don't like that.
I think that if I do compromise, compromise. Eventually, they'll ask me to swap out more stuff until I'm barely eating more than before. Am I the asshole?
I don't know.
I mean, you know, they said they want to put down on the fat sugars, which, you know, fair. That's fair. And, you know, because it would be nice for you to respect their wishes and do that. And you can just cook separate batches. But also, as saying to them, you can cook your own, I think that's fair. You know, it saves you time. But I also do not like the dads threatening to stop buying you based the food that you need. Because he said you were underweight. And, you know, you need to gain weight. So this is kind of a bit like everyone is in the situation, but there's also bits where it's, you know, the family can cook. If they don't want the butter and sugar, you know, they can cook it themselves. You know, you're also having to take care of yourself, etc. But this is a tough one.
I'm going to say no.
I'm going to say fucking.
Personally, I'd say, you know, it's great that they want to eat healthy. And I would say probably respect that, you know, respect that they want to eat healthy. But also, if it's going to be a huge inconvenience for you if you're cooking, then you gave a great compromise. Let them cook, but let them cook their own stuff. And now they're kind of just being all, they're just being really about not buying your sugar and butter for what you need. You're wrapping yourself up. So now pay more weight.
It's fucking food. They are tearing this family. Imagine getting divorced because the fucking pancake is soft.
The question is, are you the a-hole for not removing the butter and sugar from, your family? For that, I'd say maybe you are. They said they wanted to eat more healthy, and you ignored that wish. So I'd say maybe you are for that. But then equally, they're being rude by threatening to not buy you the stuff that when you're trying to gain weight.
Everyone sucks here? And everyone's an asshole? Well, no.
Kind of.
You gave a good compromise that, they could cook the stuff they can cook their own food if they want to be healthy, especially if it's going to be an inconvenience to your cooking. But also, I think you only suggested that after you finished your cooking, didn't you? You only really suggested that once you had once you'd already cooked for them. And I think that's a bit, maybe you should have brought that up before.
A second thought, I just realized the story that I sent is really short.
All of these are short.
Don't worry, mine's like short too.
All of ours are short, so don't worry. And this is already 11 minutes, so...
Okay, yeah, I'll just read what mine is at the moment.
Let's see what people say. NCA, your goals are opposites. You are trying to gain weight, they are trying to lose weight. If you cook by their rules, you're not achieving your goal. I'd just stop cooking for them, so it's not an issue. Make sure they are fully aware that it's not just taste, you are actively looking to gain weight. Their compromise does not work because of the intended goals. Edit for base combo. It's come to my attention you do not like the way I cook. I am underweight and I need to fix this. The only reason I started to cook was to gain weight. I am still trying to gain some weight. Your alternatives will not work for me because I am trying to gain weight. No one is forcing you to eat my food. I will not derail my diet and risk losing the weight I have worked hard to gain. It is very selfish of you to ignore my health concerns in favour of yourselves when no one is forcing you to eat what I cook, and the three of you are able to cook as well. From now on, I will only cook for myself so I can continue to gain the weight that I need to become healthy. Thank you for listening to my TED Talk. Repeat your goals, adds clarity, and enjoy. Repeating your goals and adds clarity and drives home exactly why things are the way they are. It gives them a little room to argue. Lower calories equals weight loss. Loss of your work equals loss of your work. It's not okay. Yeah, I agree with that. Again, though, you could have just brought up, let them cook if they don't want to have. Let them cook if they want to have. If they want to cut down on sugars and butter. Sugars and fats. They want to cut down on that. So let them cook their own foods, and I think you kind of brought it up a little bit late in the conversation, though. But still, I think that's a reasonable. From here, that's a reasonable thing to say. I agree with that. So, yeah. Do we go to the next story now?
I mean, yeah.
Okay. Angelo?
Alright. Let me get this one. Am I the asshole? My daughter, she doesn't have the right to mourn or go to her ex-friend's funeral after what she did. Oh, what did she do?
Oh no.
When my daughter was in school, she became friends with a girl named Kelly. They stayed close through college, and my daughter was even one of Kelly's bridesmaids when she got married. I think Roland's fan's acting up again.
Oh, fuck you. Suck the actual tit.
Explain where my daughter's behavior came from. My ex-husband cheated on me repeatedly. and our marriage ended horribly. My daughter doesn't speak to her father anymore, and she absolutely despises cheating. About 7 years ago, my daughter became convinced that Kelly was cheating on her husband. She started harassing Kelly online and eventually blew up her life. By the time my daughter found out that the man she had seen Kelly with was actually a relative, they were at a fancy restaurant together, it was too late! Kelly's marriage had already fallen apart, and because we live in a very religious community, she was ostracized by many people. They had a huge falling out, and it basically came down to my daughter ruining Kelly's life. Kelly blocked her on everything and eventually moved away. Kelly hated my daughter after that, and so did her mother. I still run into Kelly's mother occasionally, and she has made her feelings about my daughter very clear. The issue is that Kelly recently passed away. Oh my god, so sad. My daughter found out through a Facebook post, and the funeral is this weekend, 2 states away. My daughter was planning to attend your funeral. I told her that I thought it was a terrible idea. She said she needed to go, and I told her again that she shouldn't. We got into an argument, and she said she had every right to mourn her friend and attend the funeral. I told her that she really didn't have the right to mourn Kelly or go to the funeral because Kelly hated her after everything that happened, and because my daughter had destroyed her life. She hasn't spoken to me since. Now I'm wondering if I should warn Kelly's family that my daughter might show up at the funeral, or that I might be in the wrong here.
Everyone sucks. Everyone sucks.
The thing is, if your daughter wants to mourn her, that's fine. But she ruins Kelly's life.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go. Okay, here's what I'm thinking.
It's like having a mortal enemy come to your funeral. No one's gonna be accepting of her there.
Like, motherfucker, you're the reason I'm dead. What the fuck you mean, my fucking prick?
You don't know if she dies because of her.
I know.
But it's you ruin your daughter ruined Kelly's life. I don't think she should be at the funeral. She can mourn her, if she regrets what she did, and she genuinely thinks about Kelly's death, then she can mourn her. Yeah. But definitely don't let her go to the wedding, the funeral.
Oh yeah, here lies fucking. I'm gonna do the fucking Charlie Inferno.
Yeah,
thing.
definitely don't let her go to the funeral, and definitely warn Kelly's family that your daughter might show up at the funeral. Definitely warn them.
Everyone sucks here except Kelly? Question mark?
I don't think the mother is the a-hole in this at all. I don't think that at all. I think she's being reasonable here.
Okay. Maybe she should have worded it a tiny bit better. Like maybe shut her down. Like, hey, fuck off! You fucked up this woman's life.
Or how
about this?
Hates you.
How about this? Just don't talk to her, but warn the family. Boom. No one gets hurt. Well, maybe. I don't know.
I mean, I think she did the right thing telling her daughter that it's not a good idea because, she was the one who ruined Kelly's life. The people, it's likely the family of Kelly probably do not like her because they know of that, So.
I've been hearing all of our opinions. Louis, what's your opinion?
Yeah, what's your opinion?
I'm unsure of this.
Okay.
Well, so what was your opinion on the previous one, Louis? Because you didn't really say anything.
Not yes, Paul.
Oh, okay, yeah.
You're not hearing me.
Yeah. Maybe I didn't. It's just I haven't really gone into deep thoughts, into a deep explanation. So yeah.
Well, my story should probably get Louis talking.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fine. Comments say. NTA, but your entire community is, and your daughter too. I mean, yeah, that's fair. Especially since the community, especially since what turns out to be a relative, not an actual person she was cheating on. I think that should have just been the end of any speculation that it was a relative, but got a bit blown out of proportion. So yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah, okay, maybe the mom could have said it a little bit nicer if to like maybe like give it subtle. Like, hey, you fucked up this woman's life. You fucking tarnished her reputation. Maybe you should really think about going to this wedding. Maybe you'll get fucking thrown tomato sauce at. Will this car fuck off? Oh my fucking god, did this bitch just represent me?
Another one says, NTA, your daughter will be lucky if she's not forced to leave. Also, has she ever considered engaging in psychotherapy so she can discover why she's such a chaos agent?
I thought you were about to say why she's such a cunt. Why she's such a cunt?
You know, I don't use words like that. Another one says, grief is a fickle thing, but NTA, she ruins someone's life, your daughter can mourn if she so chooses, but not at Kelly's funeral. There is a time and a place, and that ain't it. Completely agree with that as well. Yeah, everyone seems to kind of agree that, you know, the mother, it wasn't a bad move of the mother to suggest not to go to the funeral. And honestly, I think, you know, she made the right, I think the mother made the right call. So. Anyway, Roland, shall we go to your story?
Giggity, giggity, giggity.
I can't wait for this one.
Am I the asshole beating the shit out of my mom for not washing the dishes? No, that you're right in this scenario. Anyways.
Did she burn dinner?
Yeah, she burned that fucking... No, she burned the dishes. Somehow.
I can't believe her!
Yeah, bitch burned dishes again. Oh, fuck, hold up, I'm trying to read. Okay. AITA, can you scroll up a little bit more? So I can read the fucking... Scroll a little bit more? Thank you. Wait, no, it's not 63. It's 36 male. This motherfucker old as shit. His mom's ashes. Anyways. I've been living with my mom, 62 female, for the past few months because I got evicted back in February. Unemployed. I was moving. I was working a long shift that day, and when I came home, I went straight to bed. My mom came knocking at my door a few minutes later, pestering me about washing the dishes. Mind you, it is 1 a.m. I told her. Oh my! I told her why can't she just do it? And I explained how I've been working the whole day, but she went crazy. She went crazy. She started shouting at me and how I was a mistake. Okay, reasonable crash out and reasonable laying your hands on her now. It's reasonable. I'm joking. I was a mistake, and I was never and I was never going to be anything in life, and how I'm living under her roof, so I should follow her rules. After she went on for about 2 minutes, damn, holy yap, I snapped. I lunged at her and started beating her until she passed out.
Wow!
Until she passed out.
Oh my god.
When I finally got some control over myself, she burned the dishes. I don't know what the fuck you... I saw what I've done, and I started panicking. Oh, wait, panicking. I called the police. Oh, why the fuck are you doing that? That's incriminating. The fuck are you doing? I called the police and told them... Oh my fucking god. Oh wait, he's being reasonable. I'm reading the next part. I called the police and told them my mom came home looking beat, and just passed out. Good, smart. I'm an asshole. They quickly came and drove her to the nearest hospital. I went to visit her a day later, and she couldn't remember anything. Yes! Score! And I'm very disappointed in myself, and I can't bring myself to tell her. So am I the asshole? Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean,
yes.
I mean, depending on your job, if you're worn out, that's fair. And, you know, it's 1 a.m., that's late.
That's valid, but you shouldn't beat her.
Violence is never the fucking answer, no matter how hurtful.
I think the mother took it quite far, telling you that you were a mistake, though. But that definitely does not justify you attacking her.
Yeah.
Maybe beating the shit out of her is reasonable if she slightly pushes you. Then you can beat her to a bloody pulp. That is my...
No, you can't do that, bro.
Yes, you can. Follow me on my podcast, How to Beat the Shit Out of Anyone 101.
Listen. Okay, let me say my opinion. What she might have said was very hurtful, but that is no right to fucking beat up your mother. That is no right.
Exactly. That's taking it way too far.
Hold up.
Yes.
How fucking old is she again? She's like 62, right?
62.
62.
That's old.
And he's 36. He's 36.
Yeah, he's like prime Mike Tyson, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, he's like prime Mike Tyson, dude. That's
Like in
At
Punch-Out.
least good that you acknowledged that when you got control of yourself, that you realised what you had done could have really hurt her.
Yeah.
he's still
I'm just glad. I'm just glad they don't have.
Actions.
I'm just glad they don't have any firearms in the house because this story would have ended differently. Am I the asshole for shooting my mom over some fucking dishes?
I mean, but it's also like, why can't you just do the dishes in the morning?
Yeah, that's a great question. What's stopping you?
This all could have been started if y'all just went like, "Hey, can I do this in the morning?" No, okay, we throwing hands.
And he lies to police. You know, it's
You definitely are, and I think this is just an everyone is in this story actually.
Everyone's an asshole in the story. Yes.
But the man took it way too far.
But you're lucky that the police didn't arrest you for that. And I bet they didn't because you didn't tell them what you had done. I'm betting that's.
I'm surprised.
Can we read the comments? I want to read these fucking bitches comments.
Are you reading the
shit?
Yeah, you just wrote, I'm Muslim, but Jesus effing Christ, you deserve to be locked up. Exactly. YTA, and this is not the sub to post this. This is on /stories, not AITA. So this had better be fiction. This is true. You're a human trash.
Yeah, you're a fucking asshole. Jesus fucking. I can't.
Jesus trash, man.
Jesus trash.
These better not be real. If it is,
no, it's a Discord mod. Bro, it's a Discord mod.
Know that you are the worst type of person. I hope your mom kicks you onto the streets like you deserve. You're 36. Grow the F up. Do your own dishes and move out of mommy's house.
Exactly.
Well, mommy's in the hospital now, so he gets all that fucking things now.
He just got evicted a few months ago, so he might not be able to get in his own place. I wonder what he told the cops though to keep himself from getting arrested. If they'll investigate it or just accept whatever he said as truth.
I would like to point out, he's lucky he didn't fucking break his mom's brain. Well, probably. She can't remember anything. Some damage must have been done.
Didn't he bring up that it was Oh no, he didn't say he was choking her. Okay, I thought it was something where he said he was choking her.
He beat her up till she passed out. Wouldn't the police see like the wounds and go like, hold up, this isn't right?
There would have to be some scratches on him, right? Well, actually,
more like fucking swollen cheekbones and black eyes and bruises all over her.
No, all over her. Yeah, but he told the police that she came home beaten up.
If that isn't the most obvious lie, I don't know what is.
Well, these cops fucking believed him for now.
Somehow.
It's like this better be fiction. Like I agree that
this better be fiction, dude.
I'm gonna be honest. I only picked the story because of the title.
Fair enough.
I only picked it because of the title.
I feel like this may not. I have the feeling that maybe this isn't real because it feels way too out there.
But if this is real, some guy punched his mom.
What are you doing? Anyway, let's go on to the next story, and this is one that I have read to you all before off camera.
I remember this one. Oh wait, no, this isn't the dog one, right? No, this is the other one.
Yeah, the thing is, Angelo, you were busy making Minecraft stuff when we were doing this, so I don't think you were paying attention to this, but
that's fair.
So this was kind of going to be a first time for you, but the rest of us, we've all heard this. So, AITA for not visiting my grandmother on her deathbed despite her request. My mom called me. She says my grandmother, who's in her 80s, has had a major stroke. And then we got a lot of reverberation coming through from you.
What do you mean?
Yo, whatever the fuck you're like.
No,
annoying,
y'all are some fucking weed. Y'all are some fucking crack. I am
No,
on
I think you're
no, fuck you all. Fuck you all. I am. My fan is on the fucking. I am on the opposite side. My fans are put up fucking low. I am next to nothing.
What do you want me to tell you, bro?
I'll kill you all. How about that one?
Is it that hard?
I mean, if you have something to say, I mean, you can always mute, and then if you have something to say, you can unmute, can't you?
I'm gonna say Rachel Flair right now.
It's
Go ahead.
not a smarter option.
Anyway, let's continue. AITA for not visiting my grandmother on her deathbed despite her request. My mom calls me. She said my grandmother, who's in her 80s, has had a major stroke and is hospitalised. Very sorry. The doctor told her my grandmother probably only has a few days left to live. She's conscious but a bit incoherent, and apparently asked if she could see me because I was her first grandchild, and that's always meant a lot to her. I also knew this would mean the world to my mom. My initial gut reaction was that I feel really uncomfortable for being put on the spot like that, and I need to process all the feelings this brought up, which that's fair. This is big information coming, but so I told my mom if I need to think about it before committing to the trip. I spent several hours trying to think if I even had a choice here, or am I just a complete a-hole for saying no? And what would saying no do to my mom, who very much would have loved for me to visit my grandmother? In the end, I decided not to visit her, and she did pass away after a few days. Reasoning. My family, my extended family, everyone I was related to, were all super religious, and it affected me, and it affected absolutely everything when growing up. I lost my faith early and rebelled hard against having to participate, despite no longer believing. That earns me frequent physical discipline, but it only hardens my non-believing ways. I couldn't wait to grow up and make decisions for myself. When I finally did grow up and earned my freedom, I cut almost all ties to my relatives. I would still sometimes show up for events for the few people I felt close to and involuntarily met a lot of the people I did not wish to have relations with, because everyone would always show up for weddings and such. And I would act cordial and put on a fake smile, knowing I'd only have to endure their presence as long as I chose to. Anything to do with religion would always make me sick, bring back bad memories, and I would just leave. That's what drove me to my decision not to see my grandmother on her deathbed despite her request. I had not seen my grandmother in decades, and we had grown apart, and despite the love I still feel for my mom, I was done pretending. I would not put on a fake smile and listen to my grandmother talk about God. I could not even think what I would do if she wanted to talk about God's mercy or bless me or ask me to pray with her. So I decided it would be better to not go than go and potentially cause a scene.
No, you are not yet.
Hold up.
Yeah. What the fuck do you want me to say? I've read the story. I've seen the story. I mean, shit. No.
Hold up. You're gonna have to censor that little part at the end there, because my brother felt it great to say loud and clear, is that N-word not religious? So thank you, Ethan. Thank you. Fuck you. Thank you. Anyway.
I could not even think what I would do if she wanted to talk about God's mercy or bless me or ask me to pray with her, so I decided it would be better not to go than go and potentially cause a scene. Someone in the comments did say that she had suffered a stroke. What made you think she'd be able to talk? So, but I'm going to say no. You brought up why your bad experiences with family. You brought up that you were you had frequent physical discipline. In other words, you were beaten. That's not okay. That's definitely not okay.
And they did take time to make the decision. They didn't just make it on the spot.
Yeah. You took time to make the decision. You said that it would be better not to go than to go and potentially cause a scene. So you're self-aware of what might happen if you did go. So that's considering others. You also brought up that Well, the one has just gone blank. But you know, you've also got your cut off family. They're cut off for a reason. You also haven't seen your your grandmother in decades. You've grown apart from her. Would it have been nice to see her again? For her, you know, I think yes, for her it would have been nice we would see her again, and I probably would have. But you know, I've lived a different life to you, and I completely understand why you do not want to go. You know, as you said, there's only a few people you're still close to. Your grandmother was not one of them. You made that much clear. So, yeah, I don't think you are.
Yeah, I agree with RJ here, and I know what it's and funny. You're fan, dude. Could you shut the fuck up? God.
No, fuck that. I am not even near the fans. The fans are on low. I am in the corner of my fucking room. What the fuck are you hearing?
It is battling me, dude. It's
you are on some drugs.
It was overpowering me, dude. It was literally
what the actual fuck are you talking?
Popcorn.
Yeah, popcorn.
Angelo, continue, Angelo. Just continue.
I know how he feels, kind of, because as you just heard, my brother's for some reason really religious, which is also stupid because he's saying like a lot of slurs and crap, you know, like the N-word just freaking recently. So I don't think God would appreciate that, don't you?
Yeah, I don't either. I don't think he would. And you know, I get that if you don't want to hear her talk about religion, and also something else you also have to consider is that your whole family's religious. Even if your grandmother's not in a state to talk about religion, the rest of the family's probably going to be there, and they probably would, and they could probably annoy you and make you cause a scene. You know, that's another thing to consider.
Yeah.
And so, you know, you're self-aware that you might have caused a scene, and you're not really that close to your grandmother anymore. Again, your grandmother wanted to see you, you know, and that's fair if she did. But I think you made the right decision, not only for yourself, but for everyone else as well. You know, this is meant to be a very sad and emotional moment for them where everyone's kind of grieving what's about to happen. And, you know, they don't need someone like you potentially causing a scene and an outrage, you know. And you acknowledge that. You acknowledge that could have happened. And so I think you made the right choice.
Not to mention
everyone almost everyone here, though, thinks he is the a-hole. Almost everyone thinks he is. YTA, she was dying and you couldn't visit her for 5 minutes. YTA 100%. I was her first grandchild, and that has always meant a lot to her. I also knew this would mean the world to my mom. You should have looked at this and this only. You meant a lot to your grandmother. She wanted to see you before she died, and you denied her that for really nothing. You'll never have the chance to undo this. You really could have forgotten everything for a few minutes and given her this. YTA, if she had a stroke and was days from death, she would have been super weak and would hardly be able to speak, let alone lecture you. YTA, suck it up. I'm an atheist with religious parents and in-laws, and sometimes you have to listen to them talk about God just to make them happy. It sucks that your childhood included physical abuse with the God-fearing, but I noticed that you didn't state who did the abusing. Did your grandmother? That's another thing, you know. Did your grandmother do that? I think that's something where I need a little bit more information on the grandmother, but I still think
who did do the abusing?
Yeah, but still, I think even without that context, I still think, you know, your opinion was valid. What you did was valid. But anyway, if she had no part of the abuse, then you essentially punished an old woman on her deathbed for someone else's actions.
What? No reason. No, valid. Fuck off. Shut up.
YTA, she has to see you. What if she was trying to make amends? That's a fair point, but also,
well, too little, too late. You can't speak, bitch.
What about Esh? What does Esh mean?
Good question.
Oh, everyone sucks here. Okay, everyone sucks here. I get that your family sucks when you were growing up, but part of being an adult is doing things we really don't want to do for the sake of others. Despite the suckiness, your grandma just wanted to see you, her first grandchild, one last time before she died. And you didn't want to go because boo-hoo, religion brings up bad memories. Religion brings up some really shitty memories for me too. But what are we going to do? Refuse to go to any wedding or funeral for the rest of our lives because being in church makes it uncomfortable? Intentionally snub people because they hold a different belief system than us? It just seems, from this post alone I have to go by, you didn't act much better than your Shii family.
RJ, but slip the fuck up.
Like, again, he's cut his family off for the most part. He hasn't seen his grandmother in decades.
True.
Eons. He hadn't seen her in eons, motherfucker.
She just wanted to see him one last time before dying, you know?
Look, there's a reason they're cut off, though.
Yeah,
I get that, you know, if you don't, that it would be nice to see you again. You know, I get that. And I think I probably would probably, you know, see her again. But I haven't had your life experiences, so I can't really talk on that subject. About whether I would or wouldn't go. But I think it is another situation where we need more information on your grandmother, but also from what it sounds like, it seems like you refer to your entire family in the religious stuff. You know, you've said it was your family that's it, so that kind of refers to kind of everyone there, and you know, it's again you haven't talked to your grandmother in decades, as you said. You've drifted apart. Again, was it really nice for her to see you again? Yeah, maybe you could have even just spoken to her over the phone. You know, that's another option. You know,
I thought she couldn't speak, or like I thought she. I don't know. I must have.
You know what I mean. You know what I mean. You know, it's like it's not really clarified if she could or couldn't speak, but I assume she couldn't. But even so, you know, just talking to her over the phone. Even just letting her hear you one last time could have been good. And, you know, you could end the call whenever you want then, if it gets too much for you.
Hangs up at a pity.
Still, you know, I think it's fair if you didn't want to have any interaction with her at all, based on what you've said. YTA, she's sighing. She probably wanted to apologise. Holding a grudge like that is just not healthy. Just go visit her, dude. Then we have a couple people who are saying NTA. So NTA, whatever your reasons, she's dying. So it's you who has to live with your decision. If you're fine with it, it's fine. If people don't care if you offended them in life, they're dead. I think that's a bit too grim. But NTA, people don't often realise that being in any particular person's life is a privilege, not a right. Once that person is an adult, you didn't go not because you're an a-hole, but because you were driven away by their behaviour. No reason to risk more damage. NTA, but you're a petty MF. And NTA. I cut all ties with my blood family. If my mother could call me and say the same thing, I wouldn't go either. Nobody on earth is their time because of heritage. They weren't your people anymore. And there's quite a few other comments on here as well. But most people generally think he is. But yeah, I get like ringing. No, I didn't even think of the phone beeps till just now. Like that was an option, and yet you can just end the call whenever you like. You know, FaceTime, etc. But I think, you know,
I'm gonna say everyone sucks here.
Yeah, okay. But again, it's like you have a bad relationship with your family, you know, and again, there's a reason why they're cut off, and there's a reason why you haven't seen your grandmother in decades. So I think, you know, there's reasons for why, you know. You're no longer really that connected to your family, except the few you're close to. So yeah, I'm leaning towards you aren't. I think there are certainly other options you could have done. That's, you know, you could like just calling her, you know, FaceTiming her, or you know, being on the phone, just talking to her, you know, and in that case, you know. You don't have to. You can just end the call whenever you like if it's getting too much for you. Like that's an option, but yeah, I think overall, I'm going to say you aren't, but there definitely were options where you could have at least given her the privilege of at least hearing you one last time. I think that was an option, but for not seeing her, I think no. I think you aren't. Because again, a lot of information here that I think, it definitely is indicating to a wider problem.
Yeah. Well, now what? Do we end it? Yeah.
I think this is an end. So we've read all the stories, and this is 47 minutes long. These were all short, but we somehow managed to extend this to 47 minutes.
No, I think you forget the intro was like fucking 3 minutes.
Yeah, but still.
Let's go to those guys general, I guess. So, see you guys there.
All right.
Goodbye, everyone. Thank you for watching the first episode. So yeah. Goodbye.
We're going to those guys.
Yeah. Goodbye.